Careful people report the truth. Welcome to GPDN Weekly News. I'm Ella Lee. First of all, let's look at a new legislation regarding transgender rights in Canada. Prime Minister of Canada Justin Trudeau announced on May 18th a legislation providing transgender people wider legal protection throughout Canada. Once it is approved, transgender rights will be covered by Canadian Human Rights Act and the Criminal Code hate speech provisions. On contrary, a few U.S. states passed the so-called anti-transgender laws, spurring a fierce debate across the nation. On May 15th, the Colombian government and the country's largest rebel group, the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, as known as FARC, announced that they had reached a historic agreement to free child soldiers, marking an important step to end the longest-running civil war in the West. The UNICEF is to help these children to reintegrate into the society. Many people fear that they might be recruited by other crime groups or might return to rebel groups because they fail to blend into the society. The U.S. launched a new ground-based missile defense system in Romania on May 22nd, sparking new tensions with Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that NATO's missile defense shield is a threat to peace in Europe. The Russian officials believe that the shield is targeting Moscow's missiles, denouncing it is an attempt to destroy the strategic balance. However, the U.S. and NATO have long insisted that the system is to defend itself and Europe from Iranian arsenal. For the first time after 42 years, U.S. Treasury disclosed on May 16th that Saudi Arabia holds $116.8 billion in the U.S. debt. This revelation has raised concern about the connection with Saudi Arabia's threat to the U.S. that they would sell $570 billion in U.S. debt if the U.S. passes a bill that the Saudi could be held responsible for the September 11th attacks in 2001. The Brazilian Senate on May 12th voted in favor of President Dilma Rousseff's impeachment, causing her to be temporarily suspended up to 180 days. But WikiLeaks revealed that the acting president, Michel Temer, used to be an informant for the U.S. intelligence, causing speculation about whether Washington involved in the impeachment. Now let's look at a recent scandal of Facebook's trending topics. As the world's largest social network, Facebook has raised public concerns over its procedures to present the news on its trending section. A former journalist who used to work at Facebook has said that news curators at Facebook were often encouraged to exclude conservative news stories from the trending topic sections of the company's apps and websites, even when the stories were being shared a lot among Facebook's users. Senator John Thune wrote a letter to Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg about the issue and emphasized that there shouldn't be any attempt to mislead the American public. However, Facebook says it doesn't censor conservative news sources or topics. Tom Stocky, Facebook's vice president of search, responded that they take these reports extremely seriously and have found no evidence that the allegations are true. In this week's GPDN feature, we are going to focus on the 66th United Nations Non-Government Organization Annual Conference to be held at the end of this month in South Korea. This year's conference marks the first one held in Asia and is taking place in the first year of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. It is expected that with the focus of global citizenship and education, SDGs will be attained so as to create a better living environment.
From May 30th to June 1st, the 60th United Nations Non-Government Organization Conference will be held in Jinzhou, South Korea. The theme of this year is Education for Global Citizenship, Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals Together, hoping to inspire all nations to work together for Agenda 2030. It is a set of global sustainable development goals declared by the heads of state, government, and high representatives in 2015. This year's conference is the first UN NGO conference held in Asia and takes place in the first year of the SDGs. There will be over 2,000 NGO representatives attending the meeting, and the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, will also be in Jinzhou for the meeting in this last year of his duty. Felicia Zhou, GPDN.
GPDN has correspondents in Gyeongju during the conference and will have a series of reports on the meeting. So check on the websites of GPDN for what we've got for you. Thank you for watching today. I'm Ella Lee. See you next time.